Greetings all, it's Blue Knight, and welcome back to Ratchet Clank, going Commando. Previously, we ended up getting caught by the Thugs for Less leader, although we got framed in a way because he accused us of trying to assassinate Fizzwidget, which one was a Fizzwidget bot, and two were working for the guy, so why would we never do that? But nonetheless, we end up getting imprisoned on planet Aranos at the very same ship that we first were trying to procure the Protopet at the start of the game. We got Clank out, but today it's gonna be Ratchet's turn to escape. But he did get a nifty new wrench out of it, the Omni Wrench 12,000. To start, we're gonna do more of the same platforming that we saw in the last episode. Just act quickly, as these platforms will disappear if you don't react fast enough. There was audio for the cutscene we got with Ratchet's new wrench, with Clank having some voice lines in it, but I think what we got in the end was way funnier. The fact Ratchet just looks at the two wrenches and just throws the old one away, that's totally Ratchet to a T. It didn't need Clank to be inserted at all in that little segment. Besides, Clank wasn't around. These guys are separated, remember that. So it wouldn't make sense from a logical storytelling perspective either. Also, Insomniac came up with the idea for the wrench to be used as Ratchet's weapon because they wanted something for him to act as both a weapon and a tool. It actually got dulled in size because they felt it lacked impact when Ratchet used the Hyper Strike. Also, like I said, the reason why we can get bolts automatically is because they get attracted to Ratchet's wrench. They magnetize to the object because the devs thought picking them up wasn't as fun as Ratchet having those bolts magnetized to him. It's a very neat way to streamline the pacing for these kind of games. Very genius, small design choice that they made to have the wrench. Okay, I'm really screwing this up badly. I usually don't do this bad on wall jumping on platforms like this. There we go. I was double jumping before, that's why it was canceling me from using the wall jump. Gotta take my time sometimes. Don't have to rush everything all the time.
So, did you run into your little friend out there?
I do not know what you mean.
Clank, don't try to play coy. We know what Ratchet means, or even though Ratchet knows that Clank is lying. Clank is a lot of things, but I don't think being a liar is one of them. He's way too honest to do that, and I'm pretty sure he wasn't designed to have that kind of like emotional intelligence either. He can be many things, but there are even some things that he cannot do despite being a pretty cool robot. You'll fly all the way down here. I swear there are gonna be platforms here that would help us out. Where these little decorations were, but no, it's not. However, by going down here, we can get a platinum bolt. Another one that I didn't know about for the longest time. I'm pretty sure I found this one just by random chance one day because I didn't notice that platform was there before. But when I did, I was pleasantly surprised. You can levitate her back all the way up there with the to like levitate and such. I mean, that's how the name goes. So it goes without saying, huh? The force field must be deactivated for us to access our ship. So we're not done with this level yet. They did say that our ship was going to be impounded, so we gotta do something about that. Oh god. It's my favorite device in the world, the Infiltrator. Okay, it's not as bad as that one we had to do for the nanotech boost. I still don't like it. I'll switch the timer out here. Oh. Ah! That's another thing I hate about using the stick for this thing. That when I was trying to go forward, the game thought I wanted to go back. But I clearly don't want to go back. Yeah, there we go. Didn't take as long as that one certain segment we had to do one time. But now comes the somewhat tricky part. What we gotta do here is to get through this part without getting melted into the lava, or fallen into the lava rather. So we gotta time our levitating just right. Just get it when it's trying to like sink down. It's the lava. That's not the only part we have to do here. Just go over here, get these bolts, because I don't want to leave any of these behind. I'll get the box breaker. Really hope I get that armor magnetizer too. That'd be very neat to have. I'm pretty sure the armor magnetizer is a returning gadget from the last game, but it went by a different name. I believe it was called like the bolt magnetizer, bolt collector, something like that. But I can tell you for a fact, it did not have a different name, or not have the same name rather, like it does here. Would make sense because we are on a different planet, or a different galaxy. I can't keep remembering, we're a different galaxy, not a different planet. We're a different galaxy, so it would make sense that they would call some things differently, even though they have the same function.
Ratchet, Clank, I hope this gets through to you. I'm transmitting from the Thugs for Less fleet. This ship just returned from a megacorp distribution center, and I think I found the answer to...
Hey, who's there?
Meow.
Aw. Wait a minute. What are you doing here? Sending a message to your little pals, huh? Well, say goodbye, boys. Take her to headquarters.
Whoa! Did you see that?
Yes, Angela knows how to defeat the proto-pet.
And
she does a terrible cat impression.
And we have to rescue her from the thugs.
Agreed. We need that answer.
And we have to protect her.
Okay. I will upload the coordinates.
That's a really weird way to, like, inject random potential romance between Ratchet and Angela, or at least Ratchet's feelings for Angela. Yeah, even Clank was a little perturbed by that. Maybe Ratchet likes wanting to save Angela a little too much? I don't know, it is kind of weird the way that they're afraid of that. But I don't think it's something we have to worry about for long. We got our ship free, so now we're, well, free to go wherever we please. I think I want to make a stop by Slim's shack again to go change the color again. In the order of these colors, next we'll be heading for Boga Blue. And we're not gonna be heading over to our next destination yet. I believe it was called Planet Gorn. Yeah, that's where the Thunderless fleet is residing. But we're not gonna do that yet, because we're gonna do a little bit of backtracking first. And the first thing I want to tackle right away is to get that dang platinum bolt that they teased us with back on Bolden. Hold on a second. Hold on. I almost forgot something. First of all, neat blue color. If I do say so myself. Again, me liking the color blue? Nonsense. That would never be the case. But the reason why I'm still here on Aranos is this door. I neglected to find this one. Honestly, the thing I was thinking of that's gonna be on this path, I thought that was on the last path that we were at, but no. There are two levitator sections we gotta worry about here, and this one could be a little jarring. See how the lava or magma rises and lowers quickly, but getting past that gets us to meet a familiar face, or butt.
Hey, I know those pants.
Consarn it! Here's the problem.
Excuse us, sir. What are you doing here? In this galaxy,
I can't control where things break. I just fix them.
surely someone in this galaxy could...
Shh! I know that, but they don't. I get triple time and travel expenses.
Ew. What's that?
Some dead-burned fool flushed this perfectly good Quark action figure. Sure, it's a little ripe, but look at that craftsmanship. You want to buy it? There you go, pal. See you in another year or so.
What did he mean by that?
Oh, I guess we're glad to see the plumber's crack, or I mean the plumber's back. But we managed to get ourselves a Quark action figure. All for 20,000 bolts. Man, getting the rest of those weapons are gonna be more difficult than I thought. At least for the shield charger and the hover bomb gun. That Zodiac, ooh, that's not gonna be for a while. But yeah, we now have the Quark action figure, which, if you remember, a certain fanboy wanted to get his hands on that thing or something like that for what seems like a long time. But first things first, I said we're gonna head to Bolden to get that bolt, and that's what we're doing. No bolt gets left behind by me. Thankfully, if you take the taxi from the beginning of this level, it will take you all the way to the armor bender, which takes us about halfway to where we have to go. So, in case if you thought we had to take the long way back, not completely. Unfortunately, I got to walk the rest of the way over to where we saw the fizz which we bought from last time. But at the very least, I got myself another nanotech upgrade. Almost completed the first full circle of our second row. Oh, those scoundrels, they really had to make me walk all the way back there. At least I got a lot more nanotech for my weapons and for my health out of the way too. So not a totally wasteless trip. And there we go. Another platinum bolt for us. Because I was not gonna leave something like that was staring us in the face before behind. Now this would be the part where I would just cut away and head to our next destination, Todano, so we could drop off that Quark action figure. But I ain't doing that because I got something I need to get off my chest. Because this very thing has history behind it. History to me, at least. Because, my goodness, this freaking action figure, my god, I cannot begin to tell you just how long I have failed to know where this thing went. So, every playthrough I would go through this game, I would get this action figure, I would get this collectible, but I never knew where it would go because I didn't know where the Quark fan was located at. So I always just end up getting this thing from the plumber, who, by the way, seems to know a lot more about the universe than you think, doesn't he? The way he says he wants to see us again in a year or so? Kind of mysterious. He might know a lot more things about the cosmos and whatnot than anyone realizes. But maybe it's just me. I think one thing's for sure, he makes a better guru than the actual guru in this game. But I have feelings about him for other reasons. But anyways, the Quark collectible. I've got history with this thing, because I would always collect it from the plumber, but I never knew where it would go, or who would want to get it. So I would always have this thing, and end up having it for the rest of the playthrough. And it always slipped my mind that I would actually have it, admittedly so. Because again, I didn't know where the Quark fan was located at, or why that the action figure even existed to begin with. So whenever I got older, and I was more aware of that I never knew what to do with the action figure, I always told myself, next playthrough, I'm gonna figure out where this thing goes. That never happened. I always end up having a thing, and I always forgot about it. So it's been this perpetual cycle that I've always had with this action figure. I never knew where it would go, and I would always forget I would have it to begin with. So it just ends up being like a useless souvenir that I would have in my inventory for years upon years on end. Like I've been saying recently, literal years. I don't mean for that to become a catchphrase, but it's the truth for some of these things that I've been learning about whenever I was researching for this project. But this is like the granddaddy of new discoveries to me, at least when it comes to going Commando, because there is history behind this thing. Long-term history, and I'm finally gonna get closure on it. Well, admittedly, I have gotten the armor magnetizer in recent playthroughs, but I just need to document my own feelings on this whole saga, because to me, this has been my personal saga for a long time, and for like half the time, I didn't even realize that I was like building some sort of attachment to this thing, for better or for worse.
Cool. Mwah. I'm taking the captain home before the humidity gets to him.
I saw how that thing floated in midair. Man, this game sometimes. This remake, or this port rather. The armor magnetizer is now active. Bolts that can be picked up are now going to be increased in range. Or should I say the increased range of bolts has now been increased. You know how it goes. You know what this thing does. The armor magnetizer can allow us to attract bolts from a further distance. It's a returning feature from the last game. Oh god. This thing has got me so flustered that I can't even talk straight. That's just how much history I have with that action figure. I've only seen the armor magnetizer cutscene a handful of times in recent years. And unlike with the box breaker, I know for a fact that I never got the armor magnetizer for the longest time. But now I do. In fact, anytime I would have this kind of gadget, it would be related to the first game, not this one at all. At least I knew I wouldn't be confused about it like I was with the box breaker. But we got all of our backtracking taken care of. It's not much to do, but for the action figure, I just had to vent how long my personal history, my personal saga with that thing was. And it was my own fault, really. It was my own fault. I have no one else to blame. When I saw where it would go when I looked up the action figure online, man, did I feel like an adult. Who knew that just look it up? Just look it up would be the difference between me getting this as a kid and me getting this as an adult, as in I never got this as a kid. In any case, next time, we're gonna go save Angela, as she is now held captive on planet Gord, which means we're taking the fight to Ducks for Less once again. Until we meet again, farewell for now.